Out of the 4,113 songs I have in my iPod, a majority of them are Final Fantasy music. I've been playing Final Fantasy since 1992, as far as I can remember, and since then I always thought its music was incredibly epic. So, to experiment with my first top 10 video, I decided I'd make a 4-part top 10 video series, one for regular battles, one for boss battles, one for epic boss battles, and finally one for final boss battles. Now keep in mind, I'm only going to include music from Final Fantasies that I've actually played and beaten, which up to this point is 1 through 10. I had Final Fantasy XII, but I've only played an hour into it, and I never even touched Final Fantasy XI. So if you enjoyed those game soundtracks, I'm sorry to say they're not going to be in this list. Oh, and also remember, I'm only doing one song per game. I know some Final Fantasies just have so many great boss battle music or regular boss music, but I'm trying to keep it at one song per game. I'm also using the original sound versions. I'm not counting any remixes or arrangements of any sort from further ports or any kind of remakes. I'm keeping it back to its original source. That's what matters. So to kick off the series, let's start with my top 10 Final Fantasy regular battle theme music. Number 10. Starting off the list is Final Fantasy III, a game made back in 1990. It wasn't released in America until 2006. Damn. I placed the Final Fantasy III battle theme on the top of the list because although it's pretty catchy in its own unique way, it isn't exactly something I hum along with while walking down the street. It's still enjoyable, but I think it's missing that certain buzz that makes it spectacular. Sorry, Final Fantasy III fans. Number 9. Choosing between Final Fantasy III and II for the top of the list was pretty damn hard, but in the end I decided to give this one the number 9 spot because of its eerie feel that fits with the overall tone of the game. Though I think it's a little hard on the ears, Final Fantasy II's battle theme is something I think old school gamers can sit back and listen to. Number 8. Out of all the 8-bit Final Fantasies, I have to give the number 8 spot to the one that started off. Although it's considered one of the most repetitive themes in the game, there's just something about it I deem it higher than its 8-bit brethrens. Whether it's against a common imp, those damn ice wolves, or the war mech, this battle theme is my favorite among the 8-bit Final Fantasies. Number 7. I'll be frank, I was really considering putting this up on the top of the list, but after doing some more listening, I realized that although it's not the greatest battle theme of the Final Fantasies, it's still pretty enjoyable in the heat of the battle. I think the theme doesn't really pick up until the end of it, but hey, the rest of the game's soundtrack makes up for it. Number 6. Talk about a difficult game. Though the game is considered one of the hardest Final Fantasies in existence, its soundtrack is top notch. The battle theme fits perfectly with the overall mood and setting of the game's world, and it's something I enjoy humming along with whenever I play it. Too bad it's so damn short. Number 5. I definitely consider this the most tense of the Final Fantasy battle themes. Considering what kind of mood and setting Final Fantasy VIII gave us, it's only appropriate that its regular battle theme fit along with it. Number 4. first Final Fantasy battle theme that didn't begin with a traditional startup. I knew this song would be a great battle theme to fight along with since the first time I heard it. Though I personally think Final Fantasy VII is a tad overrated, its battle theme is definitely my favorite among the PlayStation Final Fantasies. Number 3. Now we're getting to the really good ones. Final Fantasy IV's battle theme is a theme I'll constantly hum, regardless if the actual track is playing or not. There's something about this track that never gets tiring to me, even when I'm trying to find the pink tail from those damn pink puffs. That's right, I said pink puffs. Not flan princesses, pink puffs. I like fighting creatures whose name sounds like a rejected cereal from a third-rate cereal company. Number 2. Though Final Fantasy IV's battle theme is something I'll hum, Final Fantasy VI's battle theme is something I'll actually sing. Besides being my favorite Final Fantasy of all time, the battle theme is a great mixture of tempo and catchiness. Although great, I still don't think it tops number 1 on the list. And my number 1 favorite regular battle theme is... Great rhythm? Check. Perfect melody? Check. All around greatness? You bet your ass. With an overall fantastic soundtrack, Final Fantasy X's battle theme is what I think is the definition of what a battle theme should be. Whether you're fighting in the Omega Ruins or trying to conquer the original species, Final Fantasy X's battle track goes down on my list as the greatest Final Fantasy battle theme of all time. Okay, so that about covers it for regular battle themes, but what about boss music? Tune in next time as we see what I think are the top 10 Final Fantasy boss music themes.